Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And I know it's been a while. Happy New Year to everyone. Obviously, it's the 3rd of January. Tomorrow's your preview to Tottenham versus Chelsea, or shall I say Chelsea versus Tottenham in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. And I'm sorry for the past few days, guys. I didn't make a preview or a review or a player ratings video for the Liverpool game. Last few days have been a bit of a madness. I will not get into it. If you know, then you know. If you don't, then hey, that's on you in it. But I'm not going to explain in the full details. Yeah, happy New Year, everyone. Like I said, and this is a huge game tomorrow. Tottenham, Antonio Conte's return. It's his first time at Stamford Bridge, and I know a lot of fans are, they have respect for him, and a lot of fans don't because obviously of the way he left the club. Me personally, look, I always respect the guy. I always love the guy. Him going to Tottenham doesn't bother me that much because I've never found Tottenham a threat like that anyway, but under him they could be a threat. Who knows? Because he is a world-class coach who is in the peak of his powers, who's in his prime right now, unlike Jose Mourinho when he went there. And it feels like you see some of those players that he's just got them rejuvenated again. It looks like he's got them balling again. For example, Harry Winks in midfield. I mean, goodness me. He is looking like the player that, many Tottenham fans were raving on about, I'd say 3, 4, 5 years ago, with the potential he had, the guy who's supposed to dictate and control the play. And that's what it looks like he's been doing for Tottenham since since Conte came back. You saw in the game against Liverpool, he was absolutely brilliant. You're seeing Dyer at the back. My goodness me, he's playing so well. I mean, to the point where Conte's out here saying he could be the best centre back in the world. It's absolutely madness. Ben Davis, Kane is look like he's firing again. Looks like Son and Moura helping him as the two tens as well. And it looks like there's a structure at Tottenham 3-4-3, Conte, and they're looking good and they're going to be a threat. But I'd say one of their weaknesses is obviously their wing backs. I think Regulon is finding it a bit difficult to adjust into this new left wing back role. It sort of reminds me of how difficult it was for Chilwell at the beginning to adjust, going from always playing at left back to all of a sudden now playing at left wing back on a more consistent basis. Do you remember where at the beginning of Tuchel's reign it took him a little bit of a while to, adjust to Tuchel's system in the 3-4-3 and eventually got in, and I think it's taking Regulon some time. Obviously Emerson, I just don't think he's that good in general. I wasn't ever sure about him anyway. I didn't want to judge him until I saw him in a Spurs shirt, and he doesn't look that good going forward. Going back, I've seen this guy get torn up so many times. It's been embarrassing. And yeah, it feels like the wing backs are their biggest weakness. And I would say I feel like we could get at them tomorrow there, but seeing as our wing backs ain't the strongest either, even though in the last game they played well in my opinion, both of them. Who knows? They can very well do it again. So yeah, tactically it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. 3-4-3 versus 3-4-3, and obviously Thomas Tuchel done his press conference, and these past few days it's been about the Lukaku show. Obviously, you all know that more quotes came out about Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. More quotes came out about Lautaro Martinez and all of that shit, and I don't really care, to be honest. I'm sort of over it now. Like, if you know my thoughts, you know my thoughts. I think he's a joke. I think, he's done wrong here. I think, yes, maybe some of the words were taken out of context, but it still doesn't, it still doesn't mean he should get away with what he said, which some of the things he said was just so wrong, and he just speaks too much and stuff like that. And obviously, he was dropped on the weekend against Liverpool. Him and Tuchel had a meeting yesterday. Apparently, all things went well. Lukaku has apologized to the club. He's apologized to his players and the manager and stuff like that. And from what I know, he hasn't apologized to the fans yet. He hasn't come out with a public apology. We'll soon wait and see for that. And obviously, Thomas Tuchel on his press conference saying all is forgiven. It was a big thing, but it was not big enough, for us to cause any more issues. It's small. It's small enough for us to move on from it and just get on with it. And yeah, that's what it looks like, and that's fine by me. Obviously, do check out Thomas Tuchel's press conference. There was other things he did talk about, like the Rudiger contract situation and how he knows everyone feels about him and how everyone values him and how, he's been performing at a high level. And obviously, in terms of team news as well, Timo Werner is going to probably be on the bench. Christensen is doubtful for tomorrow. Trevor Chalobah is out for tomorrow because he re-injured himself. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Ruben's back as well. So, there's another player that could be on the bench. So, that is key for Chelsea. And, it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. And we're going to do our predicted lineup right now. And, let's just get into it. In goal, obviously, we all know Mendy has gone off to AFCON, so it's going to be Kepa in goal. And this is now the beginning of a massive, massive month for him. And to see whether he now can be reliable or not. For me, this is make or break for him. Yes, in games here and there that he has played this season, he's been good. When he came on against Villarreal for penalty shootout, he played well against Brentford. He played well against Villa. He played well against Southampton. He done a job at Tottenham away. In the games that he's had to come in here and there, couple weeks out, and then 1 minute he's in, and then obviously he's out because Mendy's still our number one. He's done well, but this is now an opportunity for him to show that in a run of games he can be consistent. Can he be? We'll wait and see. But for me, I'm putting Kepa in goal. He's going to play the next few matches. He's going to play Tottenham twice in the Carabao Cup. He's going to play Man City away. Not sure if he'll play the FA Cup this week. I don't think he'll need to, but maybe he might do because of match rhythm. But who knows, innit? But yeah, Kepa plays tomorrow. A back three. I know it was rumored that a lot of players were tired and leggy, and it looks like Tuchel is going to make a lot of changes tomorrow, but I wouldn't make changes at the back, except for one because obviously Trevor's injured. But yeah, I'd play Antonio Rudiger left-sided centre-back, Thiago Silva as the centre-back, and then I'd play Azpilicueta as the right-sided centre-back. It's our only option. Christensen is doubtful, and this game's tomorrow, so I'm not going to play him. Trevor Chalobah is injured, and I'm not going to put in Malang Sarr against that front three. So of Moura, Kane, and Son. So it's just not going to happen. So at the end of the day, it has to be Rudiger, it has to be Silva, it has to be Azpilicueta. We have no choice, which leads me to the right wing back. Has to be Callum Hudson-Odoi for me, not Pulisic. Hudson-Odoi for me, just because last few games he's been here and there, and I felt like if one of him and Pulisic were to play at right wing back, to mean the other one plays at left wing, I'd prefer it to be Pulisic because I'd like him to get his chance at left wing. We'll see if I picked him in this lineup, but yeah. But I'd play Hudson-Odoi right wing back. I think he just needs to fill in for tomorrow. Yes, I know he hasn't played there in a while, but for me, it's a flip of a coin. It could be Hudson-Odoi, it could be Pulisic. You don't know who it's gonna be, but I don't think, just to give you a clue about the front three, I don't think either will start in the front three tomorrow. If one of them start, I think he'll be at right wing back in my opinion. I don't see both starting. Very little possibility of that happening. So yeah, but for me, I think it's going to be Cho down that right hand side. Left hand side, Marcos Alonso. I think that's pretty easy. And then in the two number sixes, I think this one's a pretty difficult one. I think Jorginho comes back in. You know, he got a rest against Liverpool for tactical reasons, and obviously for this game as well. Thomas Tuchel has got to manage his squad, and Jorginho comes back in for me. And the other one would be Kovacic for me. I think he was so good on the weekend. He deserves to play again. And we all know Conte with his injuries, he gets it here and there, little niggles, and it's a bit concerning. I don't want him getting constant niggles. It feels like every 2-3 games he's getting it. So it feels like for me, I would rest him in this game and bring him on in the 60th, 70th minute, give him the last 30 minutes to just run right at Tottenham, rest him on the weekend against Chesterfield. Doesn't need to play a game like that. In fact, most of the players I'm naming in this lineup, I don't expect them to play in that game against Chesterfield. So, yeah, but I would play Jorginho and Kovacic, have a bit of control in that midfield, bit of flair in that midfield, bit of pace and engine in it because Kovacic does bring that as well. So, yeah, I'd play those two. And then obviously in the front three, it's a bit debatable, but I'm going to go with Hakim Ziyech on the right-hand side. I think he deserves a chance now. He's been back from injury for a while. He hasn't started a game in quite a while. And I feel like there's a chance for him to prove himself, show an opportunity to shine and impress your manager, impress the fans, and see what you can do. Bring that flair, bring that creativity, bring that link-up play, receive the ball from the right hand side and maybe interchange with Callum to pick up in your positions, and you can receive the ball from the right hand side and do your creativity and take players on and stuff like that. And yeah, I would play Hakim Ziyech there tomorrow. On the other side, I'd actually play Mason Mount. To be honest, I didn't think he was that great against Liverpool, but I would play him in this game because I think he is very important to the way we want to play. I think he's very important in a Thomas Tuchel system as well. So for me, I'd play him there. Pulisic, look, he's played a lot of football. He started quite a lot of games, at left wing. He's only, in this past month, he's only played left wing twice. But I think I'd give him a rest in this game and maybe bring him on off the bench to make an impact off the bench because I feel like he's better off the bench. But Mason Mount, I think, is better starting games instead of coming off the bench, in my opinion. And we want to win this game tomorrow, so you want to put out the strongest team out possible, but you also want to rest some key players for me. And up top, I play. You know what? I wouldn't play Lukaku. I'd put him on the bench personally, but I think Thomas Tuchel is going to play Lukaku. Me personally, I would give Kai Havertz another chance, but I know that's not going to happen. So it's going to be Lukaku for me because I think he's going to come in and I think he's got a point to prove to the fans now. I think the only way he's going to apologise, I think the only way fans will forgive him is if he starts bagging in goals and going on a mad goal scoring streak now and leading us to, for me, winning the Champions League or something like that. Just something like that, or absolutely dominate in this League Cup as well and win us that too. I think it's the only way Lukaku will, you know, I think it's the only way he'll gain the trust back and gain the respect back and gain the, forgiveness of the Chelsea fans. Because I think even if he came up with a public apology, which I still think he should, I don't think that's going to be enough for all the Chelsea fans to be, oh, he came up with an apology. Yeah, we forgive you. Definitely, we forgive you. This guy's had a poor season so far. Let's keep it real. And he's got to start stepping up. We're in January now. So if you want our forgiveness, Lukaku, hey, you're just going to have to do it on the pitch. You're just going to start scoring goals. And you know what? Doing it against your old manager tomorrow, against Tottenham as well, at the Bridge, that would be a nice way to kick off your 2022. So hopefully you do that, Lukaku. And yeah, that is the team that I would go with, plus what I think Tuchel will go with. And yeah, tell me yours down below. In terms of score prediction, I'm going to go with I think it's going to be a tight game, 3-4-3 versus 3-4-3. Two teams are going to play completely different. I think Tottenham, Conte, I think he's going to come. I think he's going to play on the counter attack. I think he knows that if he tries to go toe to toe with us, I don't think he's going to be the winner. I do think Tottenham will turn up for tomorrow, and I think their players will be up for it. But as much as their players will be up for it, I think their lack of quality in certain areas of the pitch is what will let them down. As much as I said Dyer's been good, Davis has actually been good as well. Sanchez, these guys are not good enough. Neither is, Emerson Royale. Regulon, he's adjusting to playing left wing back. Do you get what I'm saying? So it feels like to me, if we can get at their defense tomorrow properly, I think we've got a very good chance of winning tomorrow. I do think we'll concede though. Like I said, their forward line is firing as of right now. Moura, I scored a banger not long ago against, who was it? Was it Norwich? I think it was Norwich. Kane, he scored recently and obviously got a goal ruled out for offside, which wasn't offside. And Son's just been on form anyway. So, yeah, Tottenham are going to be dangerous. I'm going with a 2-1 Chelsea win though. It's going to be a tight game and hopefully we can win the first leg. And hopefully next week we go to Tottenham and get the job done and head to a Carabao Cup semi-final. Come on the Chelsea. Tell me your score prediction down below, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications, follow my social media down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.